This year, a movie called Khajachi was a blockbuster because of its music. The music director, Ghulam Haider, made an experiment by combining popular rags of Indian classical music with Punjabi folk music and revolutionized the music in the film industry.
बदली में मेरे चांद है आजा है मेरे ज़ख्म जिगर इनमें समा जा धीरे धीरे आ रे बादल धीरे
Indian Muslim social melodrama film Zeenat, the highlight of the film was its Qawwali. It was the first all-female Qawwali in India. The 1940s was an eventful and historic decade in India. During the Second World War, which started in 1939 to 1945, India was controlled by the United Kingdom and it was known as British India at that time. It was a decade marked by Second World War with an emphasis on the functional clothing. As young college-educated middle-class women joined the freedom movement, fashion too reflected the nationalistic ethos. The handspin khadi fabric became a powerful symbolism of the Swadeshi movement as opposed. The Quit India movement was launched in 1942. There were few women like Usha Mehta, known for organizing the secret Congress radio, an underground radio station, which functioned for few months during this movement. Aruna Asaf Ali was arrested and imprisoned during this movement due to her actions. In 1947, India gained independence. Mahatma Gandhi was one of the leaders to start the non-violence protest in India, which contributed to this movement. He took a pledge to boycott foreign goods. He organized khadi spinning centers all over the country and branded khadi spinners as freedom fighters. Indians started ditching British goods for Indian products, even though they were costlier. The impact was strong, with British seeing 20% fall in its product sales. Finally, on 15th August 1947, a hand-spun khadi tricolor Ashok Chakra Indian flag was unfurled at Princess Park near India Gate, New Delhi by Pandit Nehru. Khadi is a hand-spun and woven natural fiber cloth made up of cotton. It may also include silk or wool, which are all spun into yarn on a spinning wheel called a chakra. It is a versatile fabric, cool in summer and warm in winter. The modern girl was less common in 1940s. But Homai Vyarawala's photographs of modern girls was the beginning of the era. She was India's first woman press photographer and was awarded Padma Vibhushan, the second highest civilian award of the India. In the early years of her career, since Vyarawala's was unknown and a woman, Her photographs were published under her husband's name. In this picture, the decorum normally associated with well-brought-up ladies is thrown into the winds as she draws her sari up to her knees, draping it like a Roman toga. The Sir J.J. School of Art, where Homai Vyarawala and Rehana Mughal studied, was a more sanitized cosmopolitan space that brought middle and the upper class men and women from different communities and backgrounds together. Beside giving them a traditional education in classical art, the school offered these modern girls new career options in graphic design and advertising. In the picture, story shot by Homai for the Illustrated Weekly of Indian in 1941, students are depicted learning lithography. By the 1940s, the salwar kameez was in vogue, especially for the young college-going women. While maintaining the traditional silhouette and embellishments like zari, gota and sequins, it was also possible to incorporate new fabrics and prints on collars, laces, trims and on the kameez. In 1950s, Indian designers sought to create an identity distinct from European fashion. In India, the traditional sherwani was adapted into the Nehru collar business suit, while women frequently wore saris in the workplace. While the 6-yard sari with simple borders ruled, the draping style varied. The foundation of the Indian cinema in this decade revolutionized the fashion scene. The salwar kameez with the dupatta made its mark. Women from royal families like Maharani Gayatri Devi of Jaipur, who became a style icon of this decade. From Raj Kapoor to Dilip Kumar, men were inspired by the European fashion of their matinee idols. White kurtas were still widely worn with dhotis. From Raj Kapoor to Dilip Kumar, men were inspired by the European fashion of their matinee idols. White kurtas were still widely worn with dhotis.